Hey everyone, today we're going to be creating a FastAPI website, and it's going to be an experiment. Go to this URL right down in the description and do curl. I'm going to show you the screen right here. Give it a look. Let's see which word is going to win. So yes, today we're going to be creating just that. We're going to create that API as well as the web page that is going to be used by that. So first, let's go to our terminal here and get started. And let's do UV init and the name word, because this is going to be a word game. And let's get it started. First, let's take a look at the Py project here. It's going to be our word game. Python is 3.14. I'm good with that. And then UV add FastAPI. Good. So now we have a FastAPI, and we can go to main Python, and we can add some stuff in here, right? So from FastAPI, what you have to do, my Python interpreter, Python set Python path, lsp Python path. That's going to be into .mvenv and bin, and then or just Python, doesn't matter, it's the same thing. UV add FastAPI. From FastAPI, there we go. Import FastAPI, good. Then we're going to define our app here. App equals FastAPI, nice. And wait, did you? Why no? Here, FastAPI better. All right. So we need an app name. App name is going to be words because I like words. And let's not do routers just yet. No. Okay. Cool. So this is our app here, and then we're going to do app.run. Well, actually, let's add a UVcorn here. So UV add UVcorn, because UVcorn is going to be the way they're going to run this thing here. So UVcorn, why UVcorn? It's not there yet. Import UVcorn. There we go. It's nicer. Okay, run, then app. Good. Now this should work. Okay, and then in app, 0 positional. Okay, yeah. So that's gonna be the name here. Better. All right. So then let's do our routes here. We're gonna change that later, so don't worry about it. App.get into the root route. Route. I know you guys like that. And I don't want that to be main. Let's just do def root route for now. I'm not gonna take anything, I don't care. And then we're gonna return a nothing. Good old nothing. All right, and let's run it. So then UV run Python m main. There we go. So now it's running. And if we go back here and do curl localhost, jeez, Louise, localhost 8080. Is it 8080? No, 8000. Sorry, my bad. Nice. No, that's beautiful. So here it is. We've done FastAPI. But you guys know that already. So let's think about now how we can do a word game here for. Let's do the naive approach, and then later on in other videos we're gonna do the better robust approach. So first, let's think about how we're gonna organize this project, right? So right now we have our main project, and let's add that to a source folder, right? That should be better. So let's move main to source main. Good. Let's add a routes folder in which we can define our routes in here. In the routes, I want to add word route here. So the word route is going to be from FastAPI, import router, API router, good. Then we're going to define a new API router with the prefix of W. So what that means is I want localhost, so I want people to call out, they're going to do curl API and then W, and then I want to do, hey, if you call out W with something, that's going to be posting a word. That's essentially what I want to do. So this is my router. So I want to do router equals that. And then I want to do in theory, because we're going to do changes, I would love to be put or post, but because I want to keep it simpler, I just want to do it as a get. So that's going to be router.get, and that's going to be a word like so, right? And that's going to be w/word. Okay, good. So that's a decorator here. And if you guys want to know more about decorators, I've done a video of that in the past. It's been a while, so let me know if you want to see another one of those. Bump word. And because of that, we're going to receive a word of type string. Okie dokie. And that is great. And that should return, let's not think about that for now. So for now, let's just return the word itself. Good. All right. And we have to register this. So for now, in this app, I'm going to do app.router include router. And then we're going to do a bunch of routers here. So let me just do this here. Let's grab the routers. So to grab the routers, I like to do something like this. I'm going to do a init.py, in which in here, I'm going to do from word import router as a word router. Because if I do have another router in another file, I don't want that to be messed up. And then I'm going to export a routers that is going to be a list with the word router for now. Good. So that means that from there, the main.py, I can import. So from routes, I can import routers. Nice. And then for router in routers, I can indeed just include the routers. So dynamically, I'm going to be including those routers. And I'm going to keep the root route for now here. Good. Let's see how it goes. I want this to run as source main and no module name called routes. It's a relative import issue. So let's just double check that. Interesting. If I do that now, I should potentially just understand no module name word. That's better. So in the init py here, so I want to do .word because it's a relative import, and there we go. All right, so if I do curl again here, curl localhost, still null. But if I do a get on word something, it should return something. Nice. So the way that it works here is that if we go to word, there's a prefix. So that means that if I do a prefix of /w, this is going to be registered, and then everything else inside of the router is going to be as a child from there. So let's do this in such a way. I'm going to do the naive approach, as I said. So let's call a database here. Database.py. This is definitely not a database. Don't trust in that, but it is something. So from Pydantic, import base model, because this is going to be a base model. And FastAPI, you can use models for all the data that you're going to be creating. And I'm going to do class, but let's say this is a word of a base model. And for that guy, we need a word name. So I'm just going to call it word, which is this str. I want as well the count, which is going to be an integer. I have this word count and I have this word instance, and I should have now a counter, and I'm going to call it counter for now. And counter is going to be a dictionary. So it's going to be dictionary, right? So this dictionary here, which is counter, it's going to be instantiated when this app starts. The reason that I do dictionaries is because the way that he searches for words is that it hashes the key to grab the value. So you don't have to search from a list. That's the whole reason, right? So data structure, you guys should know yours. Let's not worry about the models just yet. We will have those for sure, but for now, I just wanted to make sure that I have a counter. So this is going to be our database. And because that is instantiated in only one place, what we can do is from database, import a counter. And then in counter, what we're going to do, oh, that's a cycle. Yeah, so it has to be from the previous folder. Nice. And then here from counter, if word word count really here is equals to, we're going to do counter.get word. So we're going to search for the word in here. And as default false. So, and then what I shall do is just do a not in this, not. If not this, then, okay, if the word doesn't exist, right? So we're going to do, and then in the word, so we're going to define that key in the dictionary. One, nice, because someone did a call for these. Otherwise, counter dot word plus equals 1. So And what we can do now is actually return that value here, in which I'm going to do that word model. So I'm going to add a new call models. No, wait, that's a folder. And then I'm going to do words. Word. Yeah, there we go. And now from Pydantic, import base model. And then from here we can do class word as a base model. No, model. There we go. That's better. I don't want this guy. And from here we have the actual word. That's a string. And we have the count, which is an int. There we go. Better. Nice. Okie dokie. So we have a counter. Good. So we could do word router. Nice. Where was I going? Yeah, false here is a capital F. And then word, which is a class that comes from the source models word. Ooh, that's better. So source.databases. Yeah, that's better. So instead of relative import, you want to do a module import. It works better. Trust me on that. And. Now I have to return a new word. Word is word. And the count is counter word, because I know for a fact that this is going to be set, and I can return the word. Oh, right. I'm returning the typing, not the word itself. So word object. There we go. That's better. And then word object. That's nice. Okay. All right. So word count is not assigned. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. So that's the count of the word. I really don't have to do that instead. I should potentially not just... if this is false, it becomes true. That's much easier. And I don't have to have these guys here. And nice. Okay, so let's set it up. And then a word counter of the word. Nice, good. All right, so if we reset this guy here, let's rerun it. Stop the process, thank you. Oh, no, UV run. Sometimes I tell my type hints are actually better, but that's all right. So, and then we can do curl something. There we go. See what's happening here? I am doing lots of curls, and now the count of something is bumping up. Isn't it fun? So, very naive approach. This is very bad because especially if I stop here right now and then rerun it, guess what happens? It goes back to 1. But anyways, we're going to fix that. Don't worry. Now, we do have a way to post words. I want to do not a route. So let's look into my project here. Let's add another route, leaderboard. And the leaderboard is going to be from FastAPI, import API router. And now what we're going to do here is router. That is going to be an API router, which a prefix of hop. Maybe. What was I? No. Do. There we go. All right. Top's good. Yeah, top's good. Okay, cool. All right. So I want to do top, and I want this router dot get on itself. So, you know, just top. I want that to be get top 10. Nice. Okay, good. So get top 10 shall return a rank model. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do instead a list of word. There we go. So this way, Pydantic knows that my intention here is that I'm going to return a list of words. And to do that, what I want to do, counter dot... Wait, I have to import counter, by the way. So counter, is that from source database, import counter. And then from counter here, counter, or listen, return list comprehension of word for word in counter, which is going to be that. And then I'm going to do a word that is going to start with word. Word equals word. My goodness, that's many word. And then word count equals counter in Word. There we go. List is not defined. What do you mean? It's Python typing type list. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's just import. That wasn't there. Okay, so we're defining the wording here. So we have to close that bracket here, the parentheses, and that should do it. Beautiful. All right, so if we rerun it now, so let's do that, shall we? Come on, stop it. There we go. Go, go, go. And then curl localhost something. Nice. And then curl localhost and then top. Not found. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? Oh, I didn't register. Okay. So remember what I was saying, the init here, I have to add that router. So from .leaderboard import router as lead router. And then let's add it here, lead router. Nice. Okay, that should do it. Let's redo the run here. And nice, it's running. And top. Beautiful. But now if I do another curl, and now we type something, and then we got a top. There we go. Now we have all the counts of the words. So if I do now curl, instead of something, I want to do banana. Now I can get, hey, there we go, banana and something. And if I keep going, let's do instead, let's do a 1 to 1,000 of banana. There we go. Let's see how it goes. That's nice. And that's not running parallel, by the way, so otherwise it will be much faster. But yeah, let's stop it right here. And let's do a curl and let's see the top now. There we go, 540. This is ridiculous. So now we have a way to have a leaderboard of words. Before we go any further, I want to show you how this that I've done so far here, and you've seen I've only written this code. Let's see how it looks in the browser. And let's go to localhost 1000. There we go. So the root route, null, that's expected. Let me make it much bigger here. But here's the fun part. This is a FastAPI. If we do docs, look at that. Oh my goodness, now it's too big. Too big. There we go. So now what we have here is a way to bump our words. Again, this should not be a get. This is the naive approach to make it easier to do curl things because I want to do an experiment with you guys later. In a way to get the top 10 here. And you can try it out. It should return you all the values that you were expecting. And if I want to bump here, let's say a different words, let's say pineapple. There we go. If I can type, there we go, pineapple 1, beautiful. And if I execute my top rank here, beautiful, things are working as expected. That's a nice start. It knows what you are expecting as the response. And it's quite nice. It's the response body itself, but see, it's just word and count, and it's an integer, it's a string. That's not really fancy, is it? Now, if we go back here to the terminal, I've defined a model of word, right? So if I do here called a field, I can indeed define what the default is, what, there's a description, what it should be. So the word to be used, and there should be no defaults, of course. Field, description, the number of times this word has happened. There we go. Let's do a punctuation here. And now if we save and rerun this, and we look into our documentation here for the Swagger view, the example value, that's what I'm looking at. It still has the example values, right? But the schema also has the descriptions that I've asked for. So instead, what I should be doing, I have to give it a proper example. So the title is fine. Don't care about that. And I can do an examples, and the example is going to be banana. Nice. And then examples, and that's probably an array. That's why it's complaining about. And the count is going to be 6, 7. Do I know what that means? No. Do I want to know? Absolutely not. Don't try to explain to me. Don't. Okay. All right, cool. So that's better. Now we have the word and the count. They have descriptions and they have examples. Before I keep going any further, let's go to main. Let's take a look here of how things should look like. So So if I do here and get the dev, reload. Ah, there we go. Reload. Nice. Okay. So I'm just going to turn on reload right now. So I can just keep saving. That's much easier. True. Nice. Okay. So in theory now, if I run this and you must pass application import string unable to reload or reverse. Instead, here's what I'm going to do. uv run uvcorn source.app. Sorry, source main app. Right? No? Oh, yeah. Okay. Source main app. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I can do reload. Nice. Okay, go here. And let's say I save this. Yeah, it restarts. Nice. Okay, cool, 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 cool. So now, where was I? So if we go back to the browser here, you're gonna see that now we have the schema, of course, and the example, banana 67. Nice. I mean, almost nice. Stop. All right. So now we can post words here, we can do something, and then it's going to come back with that. And now we shall have a top 10 rank of words. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I thought the example was actually the output. All right. So right now we have this little application that you post a word and you return the rank of it. We should put that into a database. To do that, to be at least able to run that into, many replicas, still very naive. I'm gonna put that in Redis. Key value data store type of thing. So to do that, I'm gonna instead run into Valkey container. And let's go to hub.docker.com, look for a Valkey container. Let's go. I want the actual Valkey one, the official one. Nice. Okay, so all I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna put that into running. And let's go here into my terminal. And let's do podman pull Valkey. Come on. And if you want to know more about containers and stuff, I do have a video about that. Link in description. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Podman, run, Valkey. Go. Nice. Yeah, 63679. So now what we can do is go to port 6379 to go to port 6379. Good. Now we have a running Valkey port. Nice. And what we can do here in UV, this in detach mode. Okay, let's detach this guy. Yeah, go. Yeah, stay there. It's gonna be running in the background. I don't want to worry about it. UV add AIO Redis. Man, my memory sometimes it frightens me. Silly me. Database. There we go. That's the guy. Okay, cool. So from Redis. Yeah, UV add Redis. Did I just install something wrong? Yeah, probably. Okay. UV remove Redis AIO my project. AIO Redis. Oh, the other way around. Okay, cool. AIO Redis. And then database, go from Redis, asyncio. Okay, so I want asynchronous Redis. Import, I think it was just Redis? Oh yeah, okay, cool. So I need to do a Redis connection. So host is going to be localhost for now. Let's just leave it default. I think if I leave it default, it should be fine. So then Redis, that should be here. I want to decode responses, yeah. So I want to be able to get the responses through into Python code. That's it. All right, cool. The word route, I can now at Redis, I can just import it from source database, so I don't need a counter anymore. I can do Redis. We're not going to use that later, but it's just for an example. We can do z anchor by, so we want to do word lower, because we want to do, let's just do everything lower. I don't care. This is my experiment. And we're going to increment by 1, and that's it. So now z increment by that should return a response. Okie dokie. Is there something wrong here? Argument missing for parameter value. Yeah. Increment by the name. Increment the score of a value. Okay. Store by name by amount. Oh. Okay. Okay. So the key is words. Then we're gonna increment in the words by 1. The word key, and the word key is in lowercase. Nice. Okay, that's better. That's getting very, very interesting. This is asynchronous, so we have to do await. Because we have to do await, we have to do async def. Now, FastAPI is nice because it already knows how to handle synchronous and asynchronous. So if you have asynchronous functions, just put that into async def. It handles the rest for you. Do we care about counter? Redis should be fine. I don't want to care about this. Nice. Okay. All right. So response. This is a variable. So z increment by is, but the response of type t is the actual value. So that's going to be the count. So we can return that as actually. So what we can do instead is just do count of count and word of word. And let's do lower because I want to make sure that it's all lower. So nice. Okay. Let's take a look at that. UV run, UV corn, and reload this guy. Good stuff. All right, so the curl top, nothing. Good. Curl. Oh, I didn't fix top. That's fine. Let's do banana. Banana. Nice. Okay, good. So we have many bananas now. And now we have to fix because top does not do anything. Good. All right. So let's go to leaderboard. Nice. Okay, so don't do this. No, that doesn't matter. If we do Redis, wait, I have to import it. That was in here. Instead of counter, just going to do Redis. And then now Redis here is going to be Redis dot 0 rev range. There we go, buddy. Okay. All right. So the name of the key is words. So this is where we're storing our words. And the start is going to be 0 and the end is going to be, because we want top 10, right? The end is going to be 9. And we do with scores, definitely, yeah, with scores, definitely true. And do we want anything else? Nope, I think that's fine. Okay. All right, good stuff. All right, so now we have our top 10. That's what it is, right? And our top 10 is going to be of type, yeah, that's going to be a response T. So it's a response of values of words. So that's going to be the key and the value. So what we can do is this going to be a tuple? I think it's going to be a tuple. Is it going to be a tuple? I don't know. I don't remember. So what we can do I assume it? Oh, I want to be dangerous. Okay, return. Don't do this. I mean, I guess this is dev. You can test it out. So word. Actually, instead of that, I can define the word, can't I? And let's do word. Buddy. Okay. So word of word equals w word and count. Wait, is it count? I think it's count. Can't count. Count equals count. And for word count in top 10. Yeah. Oh, I have to await. Okay, all right. So here it goes. Await. I should do it, shouldn't it? Await is not allowed. Yeah. Sync def. Oh, wait. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, that should do it. Okay, so it saved. And if we go to curl again, nice, look at that. So because I'm saving and everything is in Redis, I don't have to care about persistence in my code. It just works, right? And what's more, because I'm doing incrementals, Redis knows how to handle locks. So he knows that it doesn't matter who comes first, it just increments by 1. So now we can do curl top, and here it is. And then we can do curl. Can I do async curl? I forgot what it was. I think I can do async each. Okay, let's do this. Async. No, each. I think it's one. No. Parallel. Or each. There we go. All right. So curl localhost. And let's do port 8000, banana, sorry, word banana. Let's go. Nice. That's much faster. And you're gonna see, like, it's gonna go nuts. Really, we did 1000. Nice. And then we're gonna do curl top. Nice. We have a bunch of bananas here. All the bananas in the world. And okay, that's good. So now we have a way to play around with words and see what are the words that people are posting. I should validate those though. So what I can do is, let's worry, so the counter gone. Let's do word routes. And what I want to do is I want to validate. So validate, instead of doing just a regular validation, what I can do is so here's what I'm going to do. I already have a router. I already have a way to return the words. What I'm going to do in the background here, I'm going to create a web page, a simple one. I'm not a UI developer. And maybe I'm going to do a response stream. You know what? I might as well do the response stream right now. Maybe I should. So what I mean about response stream is I will create a way to get server events. So it's kind of like there's something called SSE, server sent events, which is in the web. You go and open a tunnel between yourself and a server sends you an event. So if something happens, you know right away. So your browser knows how to update your page by using that through its JavaScript. So what I'm gonna do is in FastAPI, I'm gonna do, well, is that gonna be in here? Let's create another router, shall we? Let's create a stream router. And in here, from FastAPI, there we go, import streaming response. Wait, hold on. It was there, right? Wasn't it? Streaming response. Starlet? No, I don't want Starlet. FastAPI implements it. What am I doing wrong here? FastAPI streaming response. Maybe it's a type of responses. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. So we want a streaming response for this route. And we're going to do a from FastAPI router. No. Import API router. Nice. Okay. And then we're going to do a router of a API router that is going to be of a stream route prefix. So that's going to be my prefix. So we're going to start. So everything stream should start from this guy. Let's repeat it. And then we're going to define a, router.get of just this guy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna return a streaming response. So def SSE top, which is gonna be just returning our top 10. It's gonna be updating the page for us. So it's pretty nice that it's out of the box from FastAPI. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a request response. Okay, sorry, it's gonna be a streaming response. And to do that, we need to do, well, this is going to be synchronous, isn't it? So we're going to do an asynchronous response, and to return, we need to have the asynchronous response be in a generator, because the generator is going to keep going, right? And to do that, we're going to have to subscribe to something to notify users that something's new. So to do that, I think I'm going to use, oh, we have Redis. Nice. Okay, cool. Not Redis, Valkey. Redis, Valkey. Doesn't matter. Anyways. I think it's pubsub. Okay, pubsub. Oh my goodness. Sub equals Redis. I need to import Redis. From Redis, asyncio, import pubsub. No. Redis. No, I don't want that. From database, I want to import Redis. There we go. This is the guy. And then Redis pubsub. Nice. Okay. And I need a channel. Wait, I need to define a channel. Isn't it in the pubsub? Maybe it's in sub. And then I can do connect. No, because it's gonna be a coroutine, so we have to gonna create a connection. The connection is gonna have to then subscribe to the subscribe. Here we go. Words channel. So whenever a word is, does something, I just want to subscribe for that. That's gonna be a subscription. Wait, didn't like it. What? Oh, await. So we're gonna subscribe to that. We can use then the string function. So async def string, which is gonna receive nothing, right? Because it's just a generator string. We need to get the top 10 to return it. So top 10. Okay, this is nice because then we can do here a functions dot py. No. Oh goodness. Okay. So functions folder. And then in the functions folder, I'm going to do a ranking. So a top 10 dot py file. Okay, good. So in the top 10 here, what I want to do is in the leaderboard routes, I want to get away this logic into the top 10. Because I want to do that as the def async def get top 10, and that should return a list of word. Okay, and then list should be also from typing, right? Good. All right, that is good. So that means that we can reuse. Oh, and I need to get Redis. So from database. Sorry. Might need to do source database import Redis. Just make sure that we're not importing the wrong place. Nice. Okay, so now we have a way to get the top 10, so we can reuse it. So we can go back to the stream file, and in the streaming response, we're gonna get there. Get top 10. Nice. Okay, and then that's gonna be await get top 10. The top 10. This is the stuff that we can yield. To yield a streaming response, you have to structurize in a way that you're going to be able to parse later. Yield is a return. Essentially, you're going to get some data out, but the function is going to keep going. And we're going to return a data of, I think we can do f strings here. So it's going to be data. What we can do is, it's going to be in between brackets. Oh, what am I doing? I can just do from JSON, import dumps. Nice. That's much easier. Okay. So now I can just dump that into the JSON that it is. So top 10 dot, wait a minute, dumps, top 10. Nice. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Nice, 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 nice. So we yield that. This is good, but this needs to keep running. So from async with sub dot messages, get message. So await sub get message as messages. So that means that we're getting messages, right? Wait a minute. I have to Google that. So get message is not async, is it? Get the next message if one is available, otherwise none. I have a suspicion that listen for messages on the channel this client has been. Oh, that's it. Okay. So we're gonna listen as listener. What we can do is that this is not, it's an iterator. So async for, and then I'm gonna get a message in this, not awaitable. Hold on, because it's in async for already, so I don't have to await. Here we go. We're getting there. All right. So now the message, oh right, yeah, we have to send a message. Whenever someone posts a message, we have to go to the word. So let's go to the routes. Now, what we have to do is in Redis pub sub, and then in the pub sub, what we can do is pub sub connect to, wait, no. Subscribe post, that's not it. Publish, there we go. What did we call the, where is it? called words channel. Okay, words. So words channel. So we're gonna post here a message, JSON dumps, and it's gonna be in my word object. So I don't have to do any of that, right? So there's no return. So I'm just publishing some data. So in theory now, what happens is you're gonna call for a bump word. It's gonna increment your word number, and it's gonna publish that new change through the chain. Leaderboard stream is going to receive a new update. Yeah, that's good. This is very naive. You should really just be updating if the top 10 are going to be updated, but at least, you know, you have something. So we're listening and we have a message. What we have to do is if the message of type is message. So if the type is message, then what we can do is we can yield value of that data. So the same idea that we did here, but rather than that's gonna be interesting, isn't it? Because now what we have is two types of yields, right? Here we were just dumping the top 10, and here we're gonna dump the top 10 again. Should we, and here's my idea, instead of running top 10 again in here, if in my word route I get the top 10 here and just return it, should make things a little bit easier. Not great, but it's gonna be easier. I'll just do that. So await get top 10 equals, and then let's do here, and then we're just gonna do dumps top 10. Nice. Okay, because top 10 is a list of word. Nice. Okay, so now I have a top 10 list, and we can just yield that directly. So wait, it's not top 10 though. So data equals message, and then data. Nice. So I'll just return the data the same way as it came in because it doesn't really matter. So that's a yield. Now I do have to think about, because this is a streaming response, right? So this is going to be running in the parallel as the users are connected. So we want to make sure that if request, yeah, I have to put a request here. So request of type request. Okay. So if the request is disconnected, then we should break. So we break from this loop, right? So we don't have to keep waiting here for things to happen or trying to notify the user because the user's not here. And we yield the data. Otherwise, I don't care. We do want to disconnect, right? So if something was to happen here, like some sort of exception, I don't know, let's just make sure that things are disconnected. So finally is request close. Nice. Okay. Await request close. Await sub close. A close. And is that it? Oh, I have to unsubscribe. Await unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. So let Redis knows that you don't have to worry about that. All right, cool. So finally, oh, gee, come on, man. Yeah, that makes more sense. All right, cool. So if we try something, you know, there's a finally. Well, anyways, so let's do a return here. A stream response of a stream function, because that's going to be yielding stuff here. So that's a stream. That's it. It's good. So now what we have here is a way for our browser to be able to subscribe to our top 10. And that's it. No module name calls functions. So let me just make sure here that everything working fine. Functions. Okay, so here. So that is source functions. That is my top 10 function. Top 10 function. That is a source.models. There we go. And if we do curl, top is here. If I do curl word banana. Banana. Oh, interesting. So word is not JSON serializable. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at that. So top 10, we're just going to return a list of words instead of JSON dumps. What we're going to have to do. All right. And then model, hold on. Let's do word for word in top 10. And then let's do word should be a type word model dump. There we go. Do I have a JSON here? There we go. That's much better. There we go. So now we don't need the JSON here. Yeah, we don't. Okay, so model dumps. No need for this guy. Why don't you like it? I don't really like it. Fine. I wanted to make a naive approach, and this is taking a little while, so... What am I doing wrong here? Okay, I need to close this parentheses here now. Okay, better. Okay, but now if I run, everything should run. Good. And a banana. Okay, good. And then something. Good. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is it. Now we have a naive approach to creating a word and creating then a leaderboard out of those, which... It should have been... get top 10. Wait, that's going to be the top 10, right? And that's going to be type list of words, so we don't need this, and then, wait, hold. Top 10. Nice, that's much nicer. So we need to, anytime that I need to change the top 10, it's just easier, right? So we'll keep the routers clean, and it's easier for us to figure out things. We don't need Redis anymore because we're doing that in the other place. So that's much cleaner. The word gets a new top 10 every time that we bump that words here. So that's nice. We have our base model here with some examples so people can see what's going on. And we have a stream channel in which we don't need this guy anymore, do we? I don't think we... Yeah, we do. Okay, hold on. Wait, so top 10 should work, right? Wait, stream. Let's do stream. Fam. What? Oh, I have to register. Okay, so routes, init, from, stream, import, router, s, stream, router. Same thing, same idea, stream, router. Why do you do that? Why do you put your routers in one place and why do you care? Well, if I ever have to do a v1, v2, it's much easier to control things like this. You have a centralized place that doesn't really matter depending on your router. It's just easier to read. Now the mono-module name database in my stream.py. So stream.py. Now that's fine because that means that I am not using the source database and I'm now doing source.functions. That's much better. And things should work now. All right. Okay, so that's good. A few things that I found out. First, I was trying to dump something that was undumpable. Oh my goodness. So it wasn't converted to a dictionary or something that couldn't return. So what I did, I'm dumping now that model, and that model comes from that model's word that actually does the whole, examples and stuff. Every base class in Pydantic has that, what's it called? Model dump. And the model dump does exactly what it does. It dumps that into a dictionary in Python or even in JSON if you wanted to. But right now I'm doing Python because then the JSON dumps can also dump it. And that would actually make it work. I did have to... And let me see here. Oh, I forgot. So when you're streaming data, right, you have to do a return request. It has to do 2 new line feeds here. So what else? Oh, media time, text event stream. So the browser knows to wait for it. And that's it. Yeah, so we're getting the ranks. We're getting the leaderboard now. Everything works perfectly fine. You post a word, then you publish that out to Redis. All the browsers and people that are waiting for it can return and find out what is going on. We have everything loaded. Oh, and so for HTML, I'm not a web dev. I know, ironic. Fancy Guy doesn't do GUIs. Yeah, I usually don't. But anyways, what I did here, I did it as simple as I could. I tried to make it like in the center. That took me, literally 5 days. And the way that I did here as well is just making sure that it looks okay and it's centralized in a screen. And I'm calling this the Internet of Words, in which I do the top word, so it's going to be in the forefront, an account, and then a form in which you can submit your word, let's see how it goes. And then the top 10. So we want to just make sure that we have all the top 10 lists of words here. And an example. So that's going to be wbanana that I don't know the domain of yet. So stay posted. In the beginning of the video, I probably already told you this, so it doesn't matter. I have function to render a list. What it does, it gets the elements here and it maps the list of the array that I return from that top list. Remember, that's a word and count. All that I do there is just I map that out here into this text. And then I just, put it in there. Descend is essentially just a fetch on the word here because it's a curl on a get. So it just sends out the word in there, as well as the event listener for the form. So this is how you submit. So there's a submit button here that is going to be just submitting that word. What else? There's the input values empty here after. So it means like once we submit it, yeah, the word just resets it. Okay, and then the event source. So this is the SSE that I was talking about. On every message, you parse that JSON data, and then it renders that. And that does it. Let me show you how it looks. Here we go. Welcome to the Internet of Words. This is not published yet, but the public version is going to be available as soon as you watch this video. So give it a look. Let's see what people are typing. I'm going to be doing all sorts of power. Power, 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 power. Power. No. Okay, I'm gonna go to my terminal and do some stuff. But hey, this is the Internet of Words. The words of the internet. Internet words. And the word of the day is banana. Did it. And how you would have done this if you would have done this in a different way. Don't forget like, subscribe, and do all the fun things. Also, let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do something similar. If you want me to keep going into this project. I probably will. And let me know if you guys want to see something specific in the channel as well. But otherwise, I really appreciate you staying along for the ride. It's been a long one, and I hope you're going to have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.